I'm going to show you how to find email addresses. Let me bring this string up here. 1 second here. Bring it over. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be finding email addresses. So for example, we're going to look at cities. So let's start with these 10 cities, which I have up in a keynote here. Bring those up for you. Now our goal is to try to fill out that sheet. Let me also bring up that Google Sheet. Google Sheet. You shared that with me, so I'm going to open it from there. Perfect. So basically all the information we need. I'm going to show you at the end of this how to enter this into a different style of form, but I'm just going to do the example of finding them in here first. So let me go back over to here. So I should have my document here. So these are the key cities we're looking for here. We're starting out with these 10, and our goal is to try to find press contacts within these cities that are covering real estate or business or sort of the, I would say business or real estate is really our key targets, but these are the 10 cities we're looking for. So, and these are all US cities, and they're like metro areas. So that's sort of the idea. We're looking for newspapers in each of these areas, local newspapers in each of these areas. So let's start with Detroit first, or Boston. This is the one I bolded for some reason. So I'm going to go search for newspapers in Boston. So Boston newspapers. So we have Boston Herald, we have Boston Globe, and those are two that we see. Boston.com, we have the Metro, which I think is just the Metro. There's several, and the idea is we're just going to we're going to start trying to find contact information for some of these people. So let's just do this one to start out with. The Boston Globe, let's do this one. So we'll X out of this, and see what we have here. This looks like a, let's test to make sure this is a, yep, it is. So let's see if we can figure out the names of reporters. That's what our next goal is. Let's go to menu. Business and tech, maybe, not really. So we have actual people. Does it give us an idea of who works here? Here we go. Contact. And we're looking for the way that the reporters themselves. Let's see this. Newsroom. There we go. Boom. Staff list, newsroom. Like this, the word newsroom is going to be very common. So this is what we're looking for. So we're going to find people that cover. See how it's saying what they cover? We want to sort of find a few different people. We want to maybe find one person that's maybe an editor, but it's like a high level, the biggest editor, and then maybe a sub-editor under that. So we'll find maybe 3 or 4 people per newspaper. So I would grab this person, and something that's really cool is, guess what? They give you the email. Most places are going to give you the email. Isn't that really cool? And then just put a link in from this into the into here, to the actual place where you got it, where his staff listing is. So let's see what we get here. This one person potentially. This would be good. So like the editor of the website versus the editor of the newspaper. So maybe one of each. say bostonglobe.com versus just the editor. Then we go down here to the business section. They all look sort of pretty general. And from there, it's sort of relatively general. Let's see if we have anyone that's dealing with real estate. I don't see anyone that deals with real estate, but if you see one that pops out where they say, hey, I'm dealing with real estate, that would be something we would want to know. Maybe I'm missing it because they see these little tiny descriptions. Nope, doesn't look like it. But the idea is just to grab a few. So what I would do is I grab maybe one of this, this person, and one person from here. Just probably go with the top. And then one more down here under maybe digital, grab one from here. Maybe grab one from, I don't know what these people do. Yeah, I don't care about these guys. So just grabbing one from those sections. Obviously, we don't care about magazine. We don't, and maybe one from Metro. We can see if there's one consistent one. Editor, so like that's good. Assistant editor is good too. Metro editor. Don't worry about these guys. Don't worry about anyone else. That's pretty much it. So you got those sections, and some magazines will maybe have 5 writers, and that's fine. Others will have a ton. So you want to sort of filter it out. I would say no more than 6 per newspaper. Don't spend over too much time on one. Just get maybe realistically like 4 per newspaper. That's reasonable, not 6. So 4 per newspaper or website's reasonable. Try to just get an array in the business, real estate, and editors, that type of stuff, and getting the contact information for them. So let's do one more. So I would do maybe 5 newspapers or news sources per city. So obviously Boston.com and Boston.com are the same thing. So don't try to get that confused. But Boston Globe is different than Boston.com. And then you may want to type in Boston. Boston real estate newspaper. This is the Boston Herald's real estate section. Curb Boston. This is interesting. Curb Boston. This is sort of a little bit more about the real estate section. You can get something about that. So you may find a few reporters in there for this website here. So just starting to grab all those together is sort of what I'm looking for you to do. So let me get the last part of this, which is sort of new. So this is optional depending on how you do. I'd like eventually, I have you start doing emails, or have you doing this in the future. I'm wanting to sort of shift to using this tool over here that I have set up, where instead of entering them into a Google Sheet, you're going to enter them into my the actual database that I have. So if I were to add a contact, it's going to look a little similar to you. So you're just going to add in the email, the first name, last name, phone number, organization, website, email of the user, all that good stuff right into here. And then at this point, that's sort of the concept. I think that getting that main information in, so let's just do an example, and then you can add additional information afterwards. Let me just give you a quick example of this one individual we had previously. So you have sort of a more concrete example. So we'll grab something over here. So we'll go back to where we find that. Global newsroom. And then we'll go by, let's grab this person. So we have his name, we have his Twitter, we have everything we want. So his name is that. We're copying it over. Just sort of separate this for you. Where typically we would separate his name here, we're just going to put it into the into this form. So first name is that, last name is email, phone number. It's sort of weird that we get phone numbers. Usually we never can find phone numbers, so it's quite nice. But if it's not given to you, like literally here, don't even worry about it, because I'm not going to be calling them. But it's just since it's there. We have organization there with the Boston Globe. Website, this works. And then don't worry about any of this. I wish this was actually blank, but just say with most of these, yeah, just leave them blank. I really don't care. I'll have to fix this to get this out of the field for this, but don't worry about that. Employee count, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about any of these fields. Don't worry about that. Job title, don't worry about that either. Just get that information in, and then we'll add in more in a minute. Actually, I'm gonna wait on this because I need to work on this more to get it to be functional. So just enter all your stuff in here. I think it'll be a lot easier. I think it's just more work than necessary. With Twitter profiles, please use the whole URL. Same with LinkedIn and Facebook, but start here and don't start from LinkedIn. So that's it. It's pretty simple. Just don't do the last part.